we're back on the lift, and it looks okay. Walk around looks good. Starting this video off with a recap. So you're looking at the end after our testing. We're going to get into the videos here of going out and doing the test runs here right as soon as I get done decompressing and thinking about what all just happened, which was good. All was good. We had a successful test. We went to a section of the desert out there I hadn't been to before. It was actually a really, really loose dirt. Mild. There was only, I think, 2 cars went by us, so it's still kind of quiet out there, but not as quiet as I would have liked it to have been. It wasn't hard packed dirt. It was super, super soft. But it was a success. The engine ran great. Ran pretty good. There's no way to work the throttle. I need to be able to, I don't know how these Mikunis work. I couldn't work the throttle from back here. So when I'm yanking on it, somebody's got to work the gas pedal. So I need to figure out a different carburetor, or I need to figure out this carburetor, how you work the throttle here. Because I'm not exactly sure how you get that done. But anyways, it did start up okay. But getting it running, we did have to work the throttle. Ted had to help me out on that. Chain was great. No alignment issues. It didn't jump. We only had 1 wheel keyed. The brake worked very, very good. Now we got back. We did notice that we're leaking brake fluid. I think it came out of that banjo fitting right there. Half that reservoir is gone. But we had brakes the whole time, and it still got brake. Still has brake right now, so we're good. I just got to maybe tighten up. Maybe it needs washers. I'm not sure. No problems back here. I checked the brake disc. It's clean wear, nice and smooth. So the brake caliper, we got it mounted pretty good, even though it's some booger welds on there. But it's, holy man, that is some ugly welds. Don't look at that. Didn't even finish welding this thing. You know, this is all just put together, scabbed together. I still got to disassemble it and clean up some welds. Like, those are just spot welded. I didn't even finish weld any of that stuff. It was really toe in. Didn't want to steer. Did I say that already? It didn't want to steer. It was hard to get it turned around on that little road. But the steering radius on any of these Cyclekarts is not great. And I even shortened that up a little bit, and I could shorten it up one more. That'll just make it more twitchy for high speed, of course. But maybe that'll be my short track setting, where turning steeper is more important than going fast, because if you shorten that up, it gets really, really twitchy at high speed. And we're out there on the dirt. I was giving it I was trying to get the back end coming around, and I was yanking on it pretty good, and it stayed straight until I didn't want it to, until I turned it really hard, and it still didn't did not want to come around. Now I think part of that was we were in really, really soft dirt, and I think the soft dirt was keeping the back wheels from wanting to come around. I think if it was on hard pack, it would have slid around a lot better than it did, and it might have been more twitchier at high speed. And I didn't go that fast. I think my fast run, I think I was only going like 25 or so. But it was a success. Here it is back on the lift, all in one piece. Still operates mostly fine. We got some things to clean up and fix on it for sure, but it runs and drives. I fit in it okay. Ted's in it pretty good. We got to get him some more padding up here, and I think we got to lift him up a little bit. He was probably scared shitless. I only yelled at him once. He couldn't hear me, and the motor was loud, and but he ran great. He did good. He did very, very good. I'm super proud of him. And I'm building this one so that my kiddos can get in it and have at it. I may have to figure out a governor. It may be a bit peppy. I've got a 12 tooth and a 75 on it right now, and it gets out of the hole really good. I'm not complaining. And that motor's, there's no cam in it. It's just a stock cam. I do have 18-pound valve springs and a big honking VM24 Mikuni. I think that's too much carburetor. We'll check the plug later and see if it looks rich. And then of course a header pipe. But I think that's all those little motors need. Camming them out and stroker and high compression. I don't think you need any of that stuff. I think stage 1 is plenty good for them. All right, before I and ah too much more, let's recap these videos and let's see how this test went. I'm a little tired. We're out, so I'll try to make this quick. Not too many uhs and ums. We are gonna try to go do that test run tomorrow in the morning, hopefully. We got the truck prepped for a early morning load up. Tomorrow will be Sunday morning, so I'm hoping there's a quiet stretch of road down the way. I got one in mind. We'll see how it works out. I don't remember what I did since the last video. Yes, if you're asking is that conduit, you are correct. It's a piece of conduit. It's nice and big diameter and no baffling. Mikuni 24 carburetor. I don't like on this one how you gotta, there's nowhere to work the throttle when you're yanking on it to get it started. You gotta stick a screwdriver or something in there in the flat piece and lift that up inside. I'm not a big fan of that. Other than that, it seems to be pretty good. I'm a little worried about the brakes. They seem sorted out, but I know from experience, what seems right on the bench may not be perfect out there on the street or out there on the road. We'll give her a go and we'll see what happens. Where I'm going to go should be tame enough. I could try it out, and if I get in trouble, I won't be in traffic or anything like that. Put on a couple more side pieces. The one on that side, I counted the rivets, was 54. It's a lot of rivets. I meant to do a bead rolled line right there with my bead roller, but I barely used the thing. But cut the piece of metal and got it all trimmed up, and then I started doing rivets and riveted it on the other side, and got it halfway done. I realized, I forgot. So I wasn't going to undo the rivets, so I just used the crimping tool and just crimped an edge on there, a little step. Just adds a little rigidity, and it's something for the hood to sit on. I did it on the cowl piece as well. I'm not sure whose idea I stole this from. I'm not original enough to come up with this on my own, but once I got the body, or the frame, kind of how I wanted it, mostly how I wanted it, the next thing I did was I made a cardboard template of the shape of the body, of how I wanted the body, and then I got in, I figured out how high I wanted the dash, and I used that piece of cardboard, and I transferred it to MDF, and I cut this piece of MDF, and I keep looking back at the inspiration cars. Not exactly that picture, but I went back and forth to the inspiration cars, not that one either, just to make sure I got the cowl and everything right on the thing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, looking at the how the hood is and how it narrows from the cowl down to the grill there. Now this one's a monoposto. I don't know how you call it. What do you say? Monoposto. It's a single seat. It's a single seater, right? Yeah, it's a single seat. So my cowl does not reduce quite as much, but so once I got this piece right here done, then I could make these rib pieces. Now that one's 3/16 steel, so it's kind of heavy duty, and it's welded to that down bar right there, this down bar right here. The rest of these are aluminum flat stock, and this one is only barely like 1/16 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch narrower this way and shorter this way. And I don't know if you can even see in the camera. I mean, it just descends just ever so slightly. It's like just barely smaller. And then this one's also just barely small. I tried to get it like within 1/8 to 1/16 of an inch shorter and narrower, than this one right here, so you get a kind of a narrowing effect as it goes down to the grill. And you could barely notice it, But I'll tell you what you can notice is if you got it wrong. If this one was slightly bigger than this one, it would get bigger, and it would definitely look odd. It would not look right at all. So just a little bit of attention to detail on that one, and hopefully it pays off and looks good in the end. Do a little polishing here. This one's still got the plastic cover on it, but polished a little spot right there. And man, let me tell you, that aluminum, it definitely that aluminum polishes up pretty good. I used white diamond metal polish just by hand, and no tools or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe I don't paint this one. Maybe I just polish this one up. We'll see. We'll see. British Racing Green is the plan. For my British wife, you got a little inside joke there. My wife's from Birmingham, so that's some special numbers there. So all you Birmingham people, if you're watching, you definitely know what that is. Oh, that's the plan. Also, I want to run the license plate on the front, like I did on that one. And this grill shell, while we're looking at it, that's a buffet pan, and it worked okay. I trimmed it, I edged it with whatever edging material. It was good stuff. Put a British door pull on it. You can't see right now. Austin 7 emblems, and let me tell you, it looked the part. But it wasn't perfect. It was flat on the top, and the Austin 7s definitely were not flat on the top. They had this nice shape up here. So I'm going to do the foam trick, that insulation foam board trick again. Cut it foam to shape, foam a little bit smaller than I want it to be. I want the shell to be, and then fiberglass over that. My trick was to use aluminum foil over your foam, then you do the fiberglass, and the fiberglass won't stick to the aluminum foil, so you can just pull the foam out of it. The only downside of doing it this way is you have to then go sand and body filler the outside of your fiberglass to get it smooth, because it will not be smooth. You try your best, but it's not going to be entirely smooth. So there's a lot of work involved in making it look good. But I've done it before, so I think I can do it again. It'll be the second or third time I will have done it that way. Still experimenting, still trying to figure things out. Okay, all right. So for tomorrow, I got some tools loaded up in the truck. I got the truck ready to put this thing in the back of, and let's go charge up some GoPros and get ready for tomorrow. Oh, I need a bigger shop. And we're down. I love Harbor Freight. Pretty light as far as cycle carts go, right? Could just lift it up, put it on the back wheels. There we go. It's already way easier to load than the Blitz and Benz. Blitz and Benz weighed 270 pounds. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and guess this one right now is 200, maybe a tick over. probably just a tick over 200. YouTube extraordinaire videographer, I am not. World record Cyclekart load up time. That was nothing. All right, I don't know if it's doing the 5 seconds and it'll turn itself off, but we're gonna go to the TED cam. All right, buddy. Whatever you look at, that's what gets recorded. Where we at?
Middle of the desert.
We're not in the middle of the desert. Do this for you. Whatever you look at, that's what gets recorded, okay?
Okay.
Hey, go up there, put the wheel straight.
Yes.
Like you mean it. Hold that wheel straight. Straight, don't roll it, just keep it straight. Not too much, if you go too much, what happens? Well, first test we'll call a success. Kind of. It doesn't steer worth a damn. It doesn't steer very good.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it needs to steer a little bit better. Its turning radius is very short. Definitely has some guts, but I got it geared pretty steep. I got a 12 tooth on the drive and a 75 sprocket. So it's geared pretty steep for getting out of the hole. Top end, you know, just not a lot of top end. We could do a speed run here in a little bit, but honestly, this road, I thought this road was smoother than it is. But this road is really, really soft and bumpy. Once I start getting moving, it's bouncing around a heck of a lot. Stopping, brake does seem to work. I was a little bit worried about that brake, but you saw.
Yeah.
It definitely locks up that one wheel. We've only got one wheel keyed here. on the Renegade axle hub adapter.
Is it leaking?
Where's it leaking? Yeah, the good call, Ted. Yeah, these Mikuni carbs, I don't understand them very well, and it purges gas randomly. I don't know. I'm not sure why or how. Seems to run okay otherwise. It's running a little bit rich. This is a big carburetor. That's a 24. That's a Mikuni VM24, 24 millimeter, so it's a little bit big. Definitely bouncing on the road. Ted, I don't know how much more testing we want to do. Do we want to go down the road one more time? Should I go down the road one more time just to...
Yeah.
Well, you said it, so let's go down one more time. Give me on switch. Give me a little bit of gas. Just go easy. Remember, if it'll run on you if you give it too much. Okay?
Just
A little bit more. There you go. A little bit more than that, Ted. You have to actually pull the throttle cable. No, Ted. Look at the throttle cable. Look in here. Look right here, Ted. Look over here. Use your eyes. Do you see this?
Yeah.
All you're doing is pulling that slack out. You have to actually pull on that throttle cable a little bit. Yeah, be careful now. There you go. Come on, Ted. There you go. That was it. Stay on it till I get my foot there.
Yeah, it doesn't tone very well.
That pipe is hot. Well, Ted, you ready to have a go? I burnt my arm on the pipe. You can't see anything now, but it took the skin off.
Yeah, I can see.
Watch out for the pipe. It's definitely hot. It's very squirrely, so you're not going to give it a lot of gas.
Just gonna move like a little bit.
It doesn't turn very well either. I don't like that. I don't like the turning radius.
I saw that.
It doesn't turn very well at all. And I have it way toe in. I just ran it in the dirt. I have it super toe in, so that may be causing it to not turn well. I thought toe in helped it turn better. Maybe toe out makes it turn better. But it does not want to turn in this tight radius. So I tell you what we'll do. You're gonna go start and stop. And I just want you to, it's hard to talk when it's running because it's loud, right?
Yeah.
So I just want you to make it go and then make it stop. Jump on in. I don't want you to go very fast. What happens if it runs away?
I hit the brakes really hard and turn it off.
Show me you doing it. Show me you doing it.
I just hit the brakes really hard and turn it off.
I want to see you do it. Like grab with both hands on the steering wheel, push that brake, turn it off. Turn it off. That was turning it on.
Yeah, just.
All right, now turn it off.
Just hit the brakes really hard and.
Do we pump the brake? Do you pump the brake?
No.
No. Hold it all the way down, okay? If there's nothing there, you don't get a response from the brake, you can pump it once. But if there's no response, that means you've lost your brake. What happens if you lose your brake and you're going really fast?
Turn it off and try not to hit something.
Yeah, aim it in a safe direction. You can run it up on the dirt, but really just, if there's nobody coming, just run it straight, okay? But I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. I just want to go through just a worst case scenario. Faster. Go. Fast. Fast. You can't hear me. Stop. That's good. Okay. Go. Stop. Not bad, not bad. I suppose that ain't bad for 10. You can't hear me in this 10. You're gonna get stuck, you won't go up on there. So turn it off. Now you can climb out. You don't have to, you're small enough, you don't have to worry about that. That's really only adults need to take the steering wheel off. You can put your feet on the seat. Put your feet on there. There you go. What do you think, buddy?
That was fun.
Yeah?
That was so terrifying.
Wait, do we need to do any more tests, Ted, or do we need to load it up and take it home, clean it up?
No.
Finish working on it.
I finished working on it.
You finished working on it? All right, good test today. You don't want to drive it again?
No.
No? No?
No, not really.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, what about at a race one day?
I want to do that.
You do want to do that? All right, that's what I like hearing. All right, let's get this joker loaded up. Steer it.
Oh.
You got to steer it, Ted. Try it again. Steer it.
I don't know if I can go that tight of a space though.
Steer it. Keep it straight. Come on. Oh, it's soft. Steer it towards you. Towards you. Oh, this engine's hot. Trying to burn myself again. Shit, that's hot. Not the worst one to load. Good job, Ted.
Thanks, boy.
All right, Ted, let's talk about our test. What went right?
That it actually works and nothing broke.
You know, it still amazes me. I can build something that you can get in and drive around. It always amazes me when something I cobbled together, I guess, actually somewhat works. All right, so it started right away. So the engine starts, it runs. It didn't throw the chain, so we got chain alignment right. It steered, but not very well. It could steer better. I think we could work on that. Whoa! road. Hey, testing areas have got to be remote, right?
It was leaking.
It seems to be leaking some fluid from the master cylinder. It's wet right there, and the only thing that could be wet up there is brake fluid. So we got to look at where it's leaking. I suspect it's leaking from where the banjo joint connects to the master cylinder. I struggle with getting the brakes set up on these things. The last one fought me for a while of getting it right. I couldn't get that Blitz and Benz bled right to save my life. It took a while to get it bled, to get it working right. Tested pretty good. It drove pretty good. We did a couple of runs on it, and the brake continued to work. Steering didn't break. The brakes didn't break. They continued to have brakes the whole time. I'll call it a success.
So far.
What's that?
So far. I said.
So far?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so what's the next success that it needs to have? So far, what else does it need to do?
We need to get toning.
It needs to turn better?
Yeah.
All right, we'll work on it turning better. We'll work on it turning better. What else? What else, buddy? Go 100 miles an hour?
No.
50 miles an hour?
No.
40 miles an hour?
You gotta put the front of it on it.
Oh, I gotta finish putting the body on it. So we gotta finish doing the body.
The seating.
We gotta finish doing the seat. We gotta do the tail section, which I'm not looking forward to, because that tail section is gonna be very complex. It's gonna be very complicated. The front is pretty easy, I think. I got a plan for the front. The back, I'm still head scratching a little bit on that, because I want to do a head fairy. All right, buddy. Let's get this thing home and get it downloaded and put away in the garage. Probably not the way to test that. Yeah. Secured. All right. And we're home.